To live a life worth living means to take risks and chances. A quote that has given me the definite idea of the kind of life that I want to have, but I was too afraid to pursue because failure frightens me. However, CLPW made me realize and experience the power of that quote. What a pleasant day to all of you. I am Francine Inocencio from ABEM 11F, and this is my speech for the exit interview in the subject matter, the 21st century literature of the Philippines and the world. As a modern reader who is greatly influenced by the power of technology, I am fond of reading different works from various authors on Wattpad, a digital platform that keeps the literature alive and free by breaking down barriers between the readers and the writers. With this interest of mine and my past experiences in reading and writing different literary works in school, I was very excited with this journey of mine. Before entering this class, I expected to further explore how creative, historic, and diverse the world's literature is. I also look forward to improving my writing and reading skills by adapting new techniques and enhancing my abilities with those aspects. Aligned with this, I was taken aback upon reading Sir Agway's written orientation the night before our first meeting because of how strict he appeared to be. At that moment, I also realized that my professor is a professional artist who won numerous awards, which made me nervous yet excited at the same time. And so I developed the expectation that he will not only just let his students be more knowledgeable about literature, but also make us be a part of it in a way that he will guide us on discovering our talented beings in terms of reading and writing literary texts. Before the first quarter even started, I thought that literature consists solely of text, their context, and elements. Nevertheless, as I continued to learn, I realized that what I knew regarding literature is only the tip of the iceberg, and that I still have a lot to learn. I had no idea that there are many creative techniques for writing text, one of which is that you can already produce a free verse poetry by employing a writing model that requires you to answer various questions. That experience proved that literature has no boundary, and our daily encounters in life can be used as significant points in creating literary works. Apart from that newfound knowledge, I learned about the historical background of Philippine literature and how it has changed and innovated throughout the years until the present time. I was enlightened on several literary genres and their specified elements as well as creative representations. Above all, the most unforgettable experience of mine while studying this subject would be our discussion about Antala, a poem written by Kid Orit. Analyzing that narrative work is definitely difficult, and my mind was very challenged to see the deeper meaning and purpose of the context, but in the end, it was all worth it. Worth it because I learned a very inspiring message that I will keep in my mind as I live. Furthermore, that poem gave me a message that my journey may stop for a while as darkness overpowers the light. The time will still continue clicking until the sun rises again. A new chance for me to continue what is left undone. That lesson showed me a new hope and realization about life that is greatly beneficial for me, not just as a student, but also as a person. This subject helped me evaluate myself both intellectually and personally. My mind was clouded by the goal to always participate and do something great every session that we had. But our teacher, Sir Agway, made me realize the genuine purpose as to why I am here, and that is to learn. I always thought that having good grades is the only aim within this subject, but everything proved me wrong. Each literary piece we examine contains a new life lesson that is just too valuable to be overlooked at. And so, the mindset to only have good grades that I thought of as strength became my weakness. I was so focused on having the right answer based on others' judgment that I forgot to consider my own perspective of what is wrong and right. Throughout my journey, what became my strength is my optimistic nature that believed in becoming better each day, as it somehow helped me in keeping up with the difficulty of the subject. Speaking of which, Our subject teacher, Sir Aguay, has a teaching approach that seems to be different among others, as instead of directly teaching, he wants us to personally discover the elements, representation, and purpose of such literary pieces. Despite the fact that this technique put me under pressure, it was nonetheless effective on my part in terms of putting my intellect to the test in terms of analysis and evaluation. He is not strict, but he is very open and reflective that somehow gave me a moment to adjust and adapt. Consequently, he indirectly taught me to study not only to understand and be academically better, but also to go beyond my limits and risk a possibility to fail and excel in exchange of experiences in school and life itself. With all of the lessons that I learned in the past quarter, I am now proceeding to take a step forward and welcome the second quarter along with my own expectations. I am looking forward to being better on different aspects like reading, analyzing, and writing. I want to be more invested in discovering the art of Philippine literature and be someone that aims to be a part of it. At the end of the semester, I wish to create a memory that will showcase my learnings and capabilities as a 21st century learner. Upon this subject, I don't expect anything but more goodness in learning, as it will feed my mind with acknowledgement and hope in being a better student.